That bowl back there looks interesting. It's got a curious texture to it, kind of similar to Fire and Light. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that I can buy and flip for a profit. I'm the Crazy Wife Lady, and welcome to my channel. Andrew and I just arrived at the auction house today, and we are going to be picking up some of our auction winnings, and I figured I'd give you guys a little preview of the stuff that we're picking up, and then we're going to go to Goodwill. So let's see what we bought this week. This is one of the pieces that we bought. It's bigger than I thought, of course. Most of the auction pieces are. I can't remember the artist on this, but their stuff sells really, really well. And it's just absolutely fantastic. Here's another two pieces we got. I wasn't actually planning to bid on these, but they were going too low, and I thought, you know what? Those are beautiful celluloid boxes, and I think that we need them. This pretty lady I just had to have, and I couldn't actually identify her before I was bidding on her, so I don't know who makes her, but she strikes me as being German. There are no markings on the bottom. So I thought she was very high quality, so we bought her. Well, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. It is a figurine, folk art figurine from Mexico. There's actually two of them. This is the other one, Mother and Child. And she is super cool. I may have to hold on to her because I'm kind of obsessed. We've got some beautiful cranberry glass. I didn't even realize how ornate this Jack in the Pulpit is. I'm really pleased with that. Your coins?
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good lot. This is a nice large Chinese coin. This is a King George II. This one's 1737.
That's sweet.
That one's in really good shape.
How much did you pay for these?
This lot was lot 1096. $70 for the lot.
Sweet. Well, that King George should be alright.
This one here should do about $50 by itself.
Yeah.
The Chinese coin could be good too. Hard Times token. No, it's a Canadian bank token. Some of these foreign coins can do really well. Everybody overlooks the foreign coins. But there's a couple nice bust coins in here. So yeah, this is good.
Carl, I don't know. I really loved the animal creature on there. These are some cool pieces. Yeah, this strikes me as being more like Greek. Nice. And Andrew just got that thing, the White Fleet. So I also purchased this really amazing bandana bowl. You can see all of the foo dogs on there. It's really crazy. And the bottom is marked Ashworth Pottery Bandana Ware 1860 to 1890. Sorry, that's upside down. Oh, look, you're bringing me more gifts.
Oh yeah, I got a couple more flats.
Oh, this is really pretty, this etched piece. I didn't even know about that.
Smaller.
I know, me too. I thought that this was smaller. I thought this was a perfume. And now I'm realizing that it's not a perfume. It's likely Moser. It's got a number on the bottom, number 3. It is missing its stopper, which is very disappointing. I don't know if we could find a stopper replacement for it, but I just thought that was a beautiful piece. And then we've got the Jack in the Pulpits. This one was really interesting to me. This is the reason I bought the lot. It is signed on the bottom. I could not make it out. But I just liked the detail of that, and it's cobalt blue on the inside. Over here we've got a wedding box, Westmoreland. Our one that we have now is doing really well, so I thought, you know what, let's grab another one that's actually hand-painted. And then we've got a little, what is this? Oh, it's a Wedgwood knife. Really, it was this and this Jack in the Pulpit. The rose bowl is nice too, but I like that opalescence. So this was another lot we got. All right, we got him into the box. I was a little bit nervous, but he made it. He's the only one we couldn't put the lid on. I also got this piece over here. It's a mid-century wall hanging. It'll probably end up in our booth because my booth has a tendency to be mid-century, so I really love that piece. But that's really it. Andrew got a bunch of locks. He got a bunch of coins. I already packed away my jewelry. But that's it today. And here are our auction winnings. We have moved on now, and we are at the Goodwill. So we're both going to head in, see what we can find. We can buy and flip for a profit. Here we go. Still buying Christmas?
And for $1.49?
Yeah, we could store it away if it doesn't get listed in time.
He's got a nice vintage look to him.
I like him. Go ahead and stick him in there. Yes.
Slug plate Coca-Cola.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just do magic?
$2.50? Yes, please.
Look at you, you're beating me today. I'm just like, oh, look at this wood bowl with sparkles on it. This is this sweet little basset hound. Pioneer woman. I might grab that for the basset hound rescue. That's really sweet. Okay. Wow, it's really amazing that that's not broken. What? Oh, a crystal clear. It's that fake stuff.
It's actually kind of cool.
What is it?
It's a shame it's got a doink, but it's a nice German.
What is this supposed to be?
Paperweight. I just noticed the doink though.
It's got a doink?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just noticed it. But I found Murano.
It doesn't count, Andrew. It's crystal clear. I've got a nice little cranberry swirl light here. Looks to be vintage. A little crooked there at the top. That could be fixed, but I think I'm going to pass on that. You're finding all the stuff.
Nice piece of fluid blue.
You just move quicker than I do. You're like back and forth and going crazy. This piece has a little bit of a chip on it, but I actually noticed the etching. And on the bottom you can see it is signed. I can't quite make it out. If I had to guess, I'd say it's Orforce. But I might have to look at that a little bit more closer. It's got this pretty lady on it with flowers. It's a bummer that it's chipped, but it's $5. I think I'll grab it for that. It's kind of a pretty bowl. Oh, it's got a giant chip on it. So maybe not. This is a neat vase. I think it was the feathers that caught my attention. It is marked on the bottom, Dulac, made in Japan. I think it is a lacquer piece. It's $2.50. But I really love the feathers, so we'll stick that in here. It's an interesting looking bowl hiding in the back. Victoria, Czechoslovakia, it looks like. I kind of just like the contrast of the yellow and the orange, but they've got $4.50 on it, and I think that's a little high for us on that piece. George Briard ice bucket with a clock on it. So, like, is it beer 30? Yes, it is. There's a clock there that tells you it is. This is kind of cool. I gotta check the inside on it. And I don't think that the clock is probably working. I mean, it's just a little dirty in there. Oh, and the entire thing is coming off of it. Darn it. I'm kind of confused as to how that attaches. I mean, it is a really cool ice bucket, and it's George Briard, and I wonder if it could be repaired, maybe? But what's making me nervous is this clock. Because if I can't get that working, it's kind of useless. So I cannot find any that are sold, at least on eBay. I don't have time to look on WorthPoint. And there is somebody asking $65 for one of these on eBay. But theirs works and is in decent condition. So considering all the condition issues for this, unfortunately, it's got to stay here. This is a vintage nativity set, similar to the one that we have at home, my parents. And with the exception that I pretty much broke all of the little animals in the nativity because it was my job to set it up every year as a kid. These ones are Taiwan, though. I don't think the ones we had were Taiwan. Ours were more of a chalkware, and these are ceramic, so we'll walk away from those. That bowl back there looks interesting. It's got a curious texture to it, kind of similar to Fire and Light. that mottled look. I don't see any markings on it though. There's no fire and light signature. That would just make it so much easier. Some of their pieces are signed, some of them are not. I'm gonna actually pull this out and get a much closer look at it. All right, I'm just not sure about this. I was thinking maybe I would see like some stain wearing off or something, but it's only $3.50. I'll stick it in my cart and I'll snap some pictures of it later and try to figure out if it's fire and light. It's just got the right texture to it. So wouldn't that be great? Right, well, I think I'm trying too hard to get this to peel because it's just not happening for me. But I noticed these plates, and they do have the Santa Claus on top, and usually that's a good indicator that they're spode. But I'm going to have to give up on those because I can't even see the back. So frustrating. And usually with the Santa on top, that's typically spode. What is in here? Christmas candles. They're not lucite though. Alright, so that pretty much sums up our trip to the Goodwill. I'm pretty pleased with my bowl, which may actually be fire and light. I'm not sure. It's not signed. But they didn't sign all their pieces, so it's kind of a little bit up in the air. I think fire and light has a tendency to be a little bit thicker, but I asked Yvonne Thrifty Rich about it because she is my go-to on fire and light, and she sent me a listing back from an eBay sold that was thinner pour, and I don't know if that's actually a thing. Someone put it out on eBay, so it could be a thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little more research on that. Andrew found a straight-sided...
It's about a $25-$35 Coke bottle.
That's pretty cool. And it's a bigger one than a regular.
It's a 24 ounce.
How old is it?
It's machine made, so it's post 1910. I'm gonna say it's probably 40s, 30s or 40s.
There you go. So we both had some really good stuff today. Andrew is probably the winner. It's always the winner. He just zips around while I'm like standing there. And then I found that, well, I'm filming. I go at my own pace.
This is why now folks ask why I don't film at the flea market. Because I don't have time to mess with the camera. I've got to get it done. Like, I got to get the good stuff before somebody else gets it.
Oh my goodness. I'm still in the first aisle and you've like been through them all. So anyway, we're going to get out of here now. Ashton has a basketball game this evening and we're looking forward to that. So we will see you all tomorrow. So long. Well, last night Andrew brought all of the auction stuff back here to the shop and unloaded it. So this morning I'm going to be pulling the auction stuff out of the boxes and sorting it on the shelves. And I figured I'd bring you guys with me because who doesn't like going through boxes that you've already previewed? No, we'll make it fun. So let's head into the shop. Here we go. Well, before we get to the auction stuff, I kind of wanted to get this stuff off the table at least, and I wanted to thank some of my viewers for giving me information on the pieces that I just wasn't that sure about. These, for instance, the mark on the bottom is Gustavsberg. That's where they were made. That was really helpful. I kind of suspected that, and I'm glad that my suspicions were correct. I should really just go with my gut sometimes. So it's nice to know where these were made, and the maker mark. I'm not sure if the little tulip would be the maker mark, but we're going to get these onto the shelves to be listed. These, another viewer let me know that these were made by a Greek artist. And that kind of does look like a Greek name. So, so we'll get these on the shelf as well. And then, of course, we have the rest of the paperweights. But I'm going to move all this stuff off the table so that we can start going through the other items. This is going to be listed as a buy it now. And a lot of you have been asking why we have been incorporating buy it nows into our eBay store. The reason for that is a lot of people have been seeing drops in their sales over Q4. But because we list on auction, we don't really see a drop in the number of sales, but we're seeing a drop in the amount that we're getting for the items when we list them to auction. And I think it has something to do with eBay's searchability and stuff that they changed back in October. So we've noticed a decline. And so we're doing what we always do, and that is we are adapting to the changes that they have made. So we are incorporating some buy it nows into our eBay shop. It's what's best for our business, and we're still doing auctions. We're still doing $4 auctions. We're just incorporating some buy it nows on a lot of the more higher end items. They don't seem to fetch what they should in a 5-day period. So that's what's going on there. I know a couple of people have messaged us about that, so just wanted to make you aware. Don't be alarmed. We're still doing $4 auctions. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to move this stuff over, and then we have this pile to go through. We did a little bit of rearranging over here. Dina felt like this was the best idea for helping her know which is priority, and she even labeled the shelves. She's so good about that. She labeled the shelves. She got this shelving unit set up. So this is everything that is priority. This is stuff that was in recent videos that I think needs to go up the soonest. Down here on the bottom shelf, I've been putting the buy it nows. We have the Heidi Shoop lamp back there. That typically sells between $600 and $850. So that's a piece that I felt was designated for the buy it now shelf. We have our our Lainey Oxman piece right here that I showed the other day. This really neat vase that was Maslock, I believe. Yeah. And depression glass. We've always avoided listing depression glass because it does not perform well in our auctions, but I've decided to incorporate some of it as buy it now because even though it's not a top seller, it doesn't sell for a lot of money, we can list it, you know, comparable to what other people are listing. And that's what we're doing. We're listing the buy it nows at around what this stuff is worth. You know, we're trying to list it competitively priced to other people and what things have sold for. So we also have restaurant wear. I've also been putting that up as buy it now because restaurant wear doesn't perform well at auctions, and I've avoided it because of that. So now this will give us an opportunity to list stuff that I've avoided in the past because it doesn't perform well at auctions. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm excited about it because now I can pick things up and not think, oh, well, this doesn't do well in auction. I can pick it up and we can list it, and it can sit there for a while for the right buyer to come along. So, all right, so that's what this shelf is. Dina has processing here. This is where she processes stuff. The stuff down here and down here is lesser priority. So when her shelf is clear, she works on these items, which I think is a great idea. And of course we have our boxes here where, you know, our really really big box. This one takes up a lot of space, but we absolutely love this box with the side lights, and I think this one might also have side lights. I'm not going to yank that open though. This is everything that she listed yesterday. Most of what she listed yesterday. I see the Denby cups. I think those may have been 2 days ago, but this is everything she's listed yesterday. She did an amazing job with listings yesterday. So all of this stuff is up, and then she wheels the cart back to where we store everything for shipping. So that's how the operation is working right now, and it's working well. It's like a well-oiled machine, even though it doesn't really look like it. Well, this one I still have yet to figure out. Name is driving me absolutely nuts, but I think we're just gonna move it over the shelf because I don't have time to stress about it. So we're gonna put this up here on the auction shelf. This here is a piece that I added that you haven't seen in a very, very long time, and those of you who have been with the channel for 2 years might recognize it. But this was a piece from the $1,000 haul that we got from Eric. It was like our first big purchase. We were so excited about it. He brought us a ton of cider pitchers and all sorts of goodies. China, like fine painted china. And this one right here was one I wanted to keep. But it's just sat around, and I've kept it for 2 years. It still has the sticker on it even. So I finally decided it was time to let it go, but it is marked on the bottom. I was never able to decipher that mark, but it has poppies on it, and it's one of my favorite pieces from that haul. So that one is up for auction. I decided to clear off some of the buy it now shelf and get some pictures of this stuff so that I can list it. So Angela is over here going through the jewelry that I purchased at the same auction. I didn't really get a chance to show you guys the jewelry because Andrew was in such a hurry to get everything loaded up, but we've got a lot of turquoise here. What one did you say this was?
Otero.
Otero. Unfortunately, it is missing one of the turquoise, but Angela said a silversmith could still buy that and fix it up. So we are going to be listing that. I love this necklace. I think that's beautiful.
That's nice. These earrings are very nice too.
And then you discovered the opal.
Black opal.
It's amazing. The fire in that one piece is so intense as I'm tingling it. Look there. Okay, there we go.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Struggling a little. We got a close up on that. That's just beautiful. Maybe if I don't hold it. The fire in that is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it like that before. Now that I've tangled up the necklace that you just spent like 10 minutes untangling. And this one doesn't go with it. That's different, right?
Correct.
All right.
Those are way
The
different.
camera has such a hard time focusing.
This is nice.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of different. And then we have the costume, which Angela says is more than likely more contemporary, but I just love the fact that it was a complete set.
It's still vintage.
Okay, it's still vintage.
Prong set stones.
Yes. Yeah, and it's
Very
got
pretty.
all of the pieces, and I hardly ever find them with all the pieces. And then the Larimar.
The Larimar set.
I like it. All right, so that was kind of the highlights of the jewelry. I figured I'd give you guys a peek. And I try to list jewelry every night. Angela does the listings, and I try to make them live every night. Sometimes I don't, but I try. What is this one?
I believe that that's jade.
Ooh.
I'm not 100% sure, but the safety chain needs to be repaired on that.
Interesting.
But it can be done.
Diabolical. Okay. Yeah, that's some great stuff. Well, I went through most of the boxes here, got them sorted out. Those ones over there are empty. That one on the cart still has stuff in it, but you guys saw most of what was in there. These are Andrew. Sorry, I was about to put lotion on my hand, and then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll film. These are both Andrew's stuff. He sells a lot of comics out of the booth over at Carlisle Antique Mall, so he bought those for there. Like I said, this one still has some stuff in it, but you guys saw most of the stuff when we were at the auction doing the pickup. So I think I'm going to save this one. This was the one piece that I didn't really show. HSM. WSH. It could go either way. But it does have a silver overlay. So we have that. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these figurines. This one I believe can be shipped. It's very, very heavy, but it can be shipped because it's small. This guy with his legs everywhere. I don't know how we're going to ship him. He's like... He's just, I almost wonder if he was supposed to have something. Same with her. I mean, they both seem like they want to be holding something. I'm like, there we go. See, all she needed was her pet pig. And now she's happy. This guy, he can have that. So, I'm not really sure what exactly I'm going to do with this guy. He is signed. He's artist signed. Let's see if I can find a signature here. Oh, very carefully turn him. He's so heavy. Here you can see the signature. And this is a well-known artist. These pieces sell for really good money. The only thing I'm running into is the fact that he's bigger than I thought he was. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with him. And I believe she is signed by a different artist, which is surprising because they're very similar in style. Maybe she's not signed at all. Yeah, maybe she's not signed. I know there was one or two not signed that I was bidding on. And so I must have won her. And she was not signed. So she could actually be potentially the same artist. Because if you look here at this detailing, they both have the same, similar detailing. Two different colors though. Anyway, so that's where I'm leaving this. I have to decide what I want to do with these guys. But I think we're going to get out of here now. I went through my boxes, I handled my business, looked at some of the jewelry. What is that?
Another micro mosaic.
We love micro mosaics.
Guess I better get that on there.
So I think I'm going to get out of here and head on down the road. I'm going all the way to Allentown again. So It's gonna be a drive. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.